Hey Patreon, what's good guys? Thank you for your support. So still back in this West Coast offense. I want to kind of show you a mega scheme that I'm going to be leveraging in my gameplay. Basically, it's we've already showed you some of the I form and strong stuff, but I want to go ahead and show you a single back formation. And the base formation we're going to come out of this out of the huddle is going to be the single back formation. These are audibles. We're going to have the post slot. I love having deep outs just as a quick snap thing to do. I like to expose anybody that has off coverage. Base inside run is going to be the halfback dive. This play I'm going to go ahead and swap out, which is going to be the tight end post. And then the other play we're going to go ahead and use is going to be the Z spot. This allows us to attack our opponent with a corner. We got some spot routes. We've got a deep dig route in the scheme. Now I actually did look at this play, which was the play action post, double post with that unique angle route with the outside flanker. It just never worked successfully. Now from what you're going to call the huddle, I would say you're going to come out of the power O, but I find that this stretch play is going to be more of a dominant play that we're going to use in the scheme. And I'm just going to run this against random nickel defenses and go from there. Now, what's cool about this particular play is that you do have this stretch, and what this does is you can flip the stretch to either side. And what I like about is that the stretch is that guard gets up to the next level and takes on that linebacker position pretty consistently. So let's just go ahead and back this up. I want to show you the length of this particular play. So let's go ahead and jump into nickel again. The guy that's with the M icon usually will get picked up on the stretch play. So that's what I do like about it. It allows you to go and tack the backside stretch. And then you do have basically with the stretch play, you have that runoff animation. Now you can obviously go to the strong side. I just find I get bigger runs off to the left side opposed to the right side. It just might be my personal preference. But if you got a guy that's spreading out his defenders, you can go ahead and hit the guy with an inside with the dive play and just run the ball right up the middle or so. So now you've got your three-headed rushing attack with really, really consistent blocking. You're not going to get a guy out of position with the blocking. So that's what I do like about this, is that this is a good first down type play to go and jump into. Now from an audible standpoint, we have basically the slot post. We also have basically this tight end post and the Z spot. And I like to do the slot post on off coverage, especially where the defender is off to the left side where Waddle's at. If I got off coverage, I'm going to go and throw that. One adjustment I will do is I'm going to take Beckham and put him on a deep comeback route. And the reason why is it actually gives me another deep option that I can use against my opponent. That defender actually came out of nowhere. That's actually, I would probably have thrown an interception in the game. Based on that. Now, if you take a look at the defenders, they're all inside. That means this is probably man coverage. And what we can do is we can go ahead and use a play like tight end post to go and expose our opponent with man coverage. And this is where this corner route is going to go ahead and give you an opportunity to hit your opponent for some big yards. So just got rid of that ball a little bit late. But here is the off coverage. So if I got a guy that runs a lot off coverage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go jump to slot post. I like to quick snap the play, but what I like to have is have that deep out that I can check that ball down to if the opponent is like that. So that's one of the things I do like about that. So let's go ahead and jump into Z spot, because we got kind of like off coverage. And what I like to do is I like to streak up Waddle. And the route that I'm really looking for in that particular route combination essentially is this tight end route, but he actually got outside leverage. So I'm really looking, I'm trying to clear this guy out, and I'm looking to the corner. But if you take a look, this defender actually comes in and kind of gets in my passing lane. So I just check it down to the underneath route, and I'm actually going to go ahead and try to turn that up for a rack animation. So I got off coverage. Once again, it looks like it's going to be some type of man blitz. And I'm going to go ahead and take that out route, which basically just got picked off. That's usually very consistent type of a play. One other thing, too, I want to kind of point out is that this little check down with a running back, if the defender floats up in coverage, you can usually pick up an easy like 5 or 6 yards with it. So we got press coverage over here. Let's go into tight end post. This is a great play to go ahead and quick snap. And really what I'm looking to is Beckham, Hill, and then Smith. And I'll go ahead and check it down to the route right there. So I'm pass leading right now, and the pass lead is actually getting a little bit further out. Let's go back to tight end post again. Let's see if we can go ahead and hit the break. Nope. So I'm just going to go and check it over the tight end. Just because he got a little bit better positioning. It was inside positioning with that route. So let's just go into the replay. I've got man coverages, so this is my first read. Look how this guy's bracketed right here. So he's completely bracketed. So I'm just going to go and look to my next progression because I've got this deep post over the middle of the field. And these guys are as bracketed, but he's underneath that coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and get a nice little completion and almost get a touchdown off that. So I'll take that all day. All right, so we got right here off coverage. Guys float up. Here's your check down with the running back. So that's what I love about this here play. It's just very easy setup, very easy to do. You could potentially go ahead and do a double post on the back side. So that allows you to go ahead and attack your opponent over the middle of the field. You've got basically a streak route that you can use against your opponent. Let's see if okay, so we're just going to go and check it down. So this is really what this play that we're using right here really just kind of like extends this scheme basically horizontally, and it just makes it really, really hard to do that. And obviously you've got this deep post you can hit over the middle of the field if the guy's using a lot of zero blitzes against you. So problem with this this offensive set is that these guys are down. This is underneath the type of situation you can get yourself in trouble. Now, what we can do with the Z spot is I once again, I always like to clear out that zone. I want to give myself a flood concept off to the right. But if I got an opponent it's running man coverage, I can go and hit that little hitch route right there. I didn't read it correctly. I should have went to the next to the top level. But watch, you can hit that, and then you've got basically the top level over the top. So these guys are just picking everything off right now, jumping into passing lanes and everything like that. So let's just go and set this up once again. Little hitch. Go ahead and take that. Guy gets drops the ball. It always happens when I'm in a lab and record something. When I'm not recording stuff, that's not going to happen. Okay, so here's your little hitch. Just a man blitz right there. Just an easy play to go and hit. If it is zone, a lot of times you can hit Beckham over the top. You've got the little check down with the running back underneath. That you can go and hit against your opponent. Really, more than anything else, I'm using this formation just to have some type of a stretch play run that I can use against my opponent. Faster the running back, obviously the better with an outside stretch. So that's usually the ideal thing. And then obviously you've got the inside run if he's got a very heavy front against you. But this is a really simple scheme to go and use. I love this concept right here, just a drag, double post concept, and then you got that underneath route. You can run this play consistently in the scheme right there. So I'm just trying to check it down to the running back, didn't get the ball off. Problem with this scheme is that you got to get rid of that ball quick. So you got to make decisions really quick. You got to. My suggestion is to split the field in half. Don't make decisions. Don't try to go ahead and go from one part of the field to the other part of the field. You want to go ahead and just focus on one side of the field only. So if you're using this concept, this kind of keeps it simple for you, where you can actually got the double post and the drag route over the middle. And you just kind of look for release. You got your check down that you could pick up 5 or 6 yards. So this is a good first down, second down type situation, short situation to go jump into. So let's go and jump into some of the other formations.